Gonna bring the glory days again. You're on the strength and then you know we're gonna find Ruben Amrim. What are you saying, though, man? How's everything been? How's your weekend and that?
Goodness me, what a horrible weekend.
Yeah,
I forgot how much one game of football can ruin the weekend.
It changes everything, man. Everything, especially when that one game of football is that big. But yeah, man, what you been on, man? How's everything been this week? We left a little break. We was on a break last week. Had a nice little time off. Yeah,
definitely missed being able to cover football. Honestly, I was a bit out of sorts.
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah, you know, a bit like that Pablo Escobar meme, just staring everywhere.
Yeah, pondering. But yeah, no, it's good to be back. And bro, honestly, like I was just so excited to come in and talk. And just have a chill time, man. This has been severely missed. But hello and welcome back to another episode of the Shin Pad Podcast. Podcast. It had to happen at some point, didn't it? I was on a bit too much of a roll. Welcome back to the Shin Pad Podcast. I'm here, your host Abs, with my boy Will. As always, here to cover the weekends, the Premier League weekends action. Talk about all of the controversial talking points, or maybe not so controversial talking points. And talk about all of the biggest games and the drama that comes with it. Will, before we get into anything, have we got anything on our Shin Pad this week? Or?
Yep, definitely got a gripe with me for this one.
Let's go. So,
recently, I've been having a back and forth with a strange group chat situation I'm in. I'm in a group chat with nothing but Manchester United fans, I'm the only non-Man United fan. So I was waking up yesterday thinking, I was gonna give these guys a bunch of lashings because they've been talking on Liverpool a bit too much for my liking recently.
Yeah.
And then that performance, or rather not so much the performance, just the results. Actually,
lack of performance.
Yeah, just absolutely. And then you had all these guys saying, we deserve to win that, and it's been grinding my gears. And basically my gripe here is when fans can just learn to win with grace, or just be honest, because I don't see how any United fan is claiming that they deserved the win or based on the balance of the chances both teams had. I think on another day Liverpool don't hit the post 3 times as well as having the goal, and then some of these other chances that were missed.
100%, but there's no such thing as winning with grace in football, mate, especially when things are so mangled and twisted in that game. That's the derby. That's the derby of the Premier League. I think if an alien was to land here tomorrow and want to know about the Premier League, you'd probably show them that match and be like, listen, this is the game that everyone kind of gets up for in the season. Liverpool Man United, it's one of the biggest games in the Premier League, and the stuff that comes with it, the baggage that comes with it is natural, man. And I don't think
it's just so
I don't think anybody who wins that can win it and not gloat. Do you know what I mean?
It's hard to argue against that. It's true. It is. But
I get what you're saying. For me this week, I've not got anything football related in my Shin Pad. I've got some handcuffs in my Shin Pad this week.
Aye.
Yeah, because I was very annoyed. So I was at the gym yesterday. I go to the gym in Tottenham. I'm not gonna tell anybody what gym, but it is a gym in Tottenham. And I was down in the downstairs area, change room. Put my umbrella behind the bin where I usually put it. You know, it was raining heavily that day, so I needed my umbrella. I had the foresight to bring it with me. I was like, yes, I'm gonna be dry on the way home. It's gonna be fantastic. I did my workout, went to the sauna, steam, come back out. My umbrella's nowhere to be seen. My head was gone. I went all the way around the whole gym looking for this umbrella, trying to find out who took it, and I couldn't find it. So I had to walk, because I was going on a walk afterwards, and I needed my umbrella for that walk, because it's an hour around to get back to my house, and I ended up doing that whole walk in the rain. So whoever stole my umbrella, just know I'm coming for you, and when I find you, it's not gonna be nice whatsoever in any way. But yeah, I will say one thing before we move on.
Okay.
That umbrella was given to me from my old company that I used to work for.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, it's a branded umbrella from that company. So there's not many umbrellas like that in the world, let alone in London. I think I'm probably the only person in London who has that umbrella. So if I see you with that umbrella, I'm not going to say what branding it has on it, but it's a very small company, a small engineering consultancy. So you would not see that umbrella anywhere else. If I see it, I am going to fly kick whoever has my umbrella so hard that their chest is going to reverberate. That was a joke, but you're looking at me like I'm being serious.
But
yeah, that's what's in my point. Listen, thieves, people, stop stealing shit. All right, if it's not yours, don't take it. If you want something, buy it. If you can't afford it, don't steal it from other people. Steal it from the fucking shops. All right, I'm not endorsing theft from big corporations, but do that rather than stealing from your own people that you live and share a community with. Bastard.
Or on a technicality, perhaps not stealing from the small shops either.
Don't steal from everyone. No, I didn't say small shops. I said big. Yeah, but even then, don't steal from anyone. But if you are, don't steal from me, piece of shit. But anyways,
was the umbrella too big to put in a locker, or do you not use a locker?
It was too big to put in a locker, man. Look at me, I'm a massive bastard, bro. That's why I like that umbrella so much, because it didn't fold.
Yeah, that's how
it's a big umbrella with the automatic. When you press it, it bam pops open.
I had one of those.
So good, and it's massive. It covered my whole body. But yeah, man. Unfortunately, that is, alas, it is no more. The umbrella is gone. But is what it is. How about we get into this weekend's action, man?
Regrettably, we can.
No better place to start than Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2. Manchester United end their Anfield drought with a very, wasn't late, but a late-ish winner from Maguire.
Yep.
Wow, man. I can't lie. United started off so quick. And I think that sucker punch took a while for Liverpool to recover from. They seemed a bit shocked, a bit out of sorts.
For sure.
Actually, let's talk about it. In the first goal, there was some controversy. People believed that the game should have been stopped for a injury to the head of Alexis McAllister. He went down. He was holding his head. What do you think about that, Will? Do you think that was obviously a foul or something? Not a foul. A point where the game should be stopped because he's got a head injury.
You know what? I'm not. It may not go down too well with many Liverpool fans, but I was not of the opinion the game should stop for that. I know the referee was in a great position to see the incident, but obviously it was more of a collision from Van Dijk on McAllister.
Yeah, that was mad.
So it's not a foul. Yeah. And normally I'm not a fan of the game being stopped for when teammates collide, even though it has happened in the past. And again, it brings again to the fore the lack of consistency with decisions. But to be honest with me, that's nothing new. The grass is green, clouds in the sky. So So I wasn't against the referee not stopping the game for that. My big issue there was Van Dijk and Mbeumo starts a bit of that play on the floor, gets up quicker. Van Dijk isn't on the floor, paces Mbeumo. I know some people tried to say if Konate could have closed him down quicker. I don't blame Konate for that at all.
No.
Only other talking point I felt like for Mamardashvili, I felt like he was a bit slow off his line, but I don't know if that's more me being used to Alisson racing.
Exactly, Alisson is he's one of those. He doesn't wait, he doesn't hesitate. He is straight out. He's got that conviction, Alisson. And listen, Mamardashvili is a very talented goalkeeper, but you will feel the difference when a massive player like Alisson is missing.
Unfortunately, I feel like he really noticed it too much. I'd say even from the Chelsea game. I couldn't blame him for either of the goals Chelsea scored, but I felt like
in general, that the safety and the confidence that having a goalkeeper like Alisson behind you gives, I think is very hard to understate. But yeah, that was a great tidy finish from Mbeumo near post. I thought it was a great finish. It was weak foot. And he's been really good this season. I think out of all of United's forwards, he's been the one that's always looked like he's gonna have something to say, and he just fits right in. That position there suits him so much. He's been getting so many chances. I think he could have had another in this game as well. And yeah, man, it was good. It was good from United until the 78th minute, where Cody Gakpo manages to get the equaliser after a series of misses, barrages, hits the post. I think he hit the woodwork twice himself.
Off a shot, and they had that one clipped cross that deflected, and he hit the far one as well. But he hit the woodwork. I think first and second half from shot. And this is the thing that I was frustrated about Gakpo, because I'm thinking on another day where he beats the goalkeeper both times, he just hits the far post with his 2 efforts.
Yeah.
And then even that goal that he did score, do you know, I don't know if this is a bit too harsh, but do you know, I genuinely felt like he was going to miss that shot had he not been 1 centimetre away from the goal line.
To be fair, I'm hearing a lot of this from Liverpool fans, and from my perspective, I just see that he pops up and scores quite often, but a lot of Liverpool fans aren't happy with Gakpo.
Yes, that's... what's the thing? I feel like this game almost encapsulated Gakpo in a weird way, because to me, Gakpo is someone who I value him as a player at Liverpool and in the Premier League. I think he's a really good left forward, and I was actually of the opinion that moving forward, Gakpo should be our starting left winger anyway. I feel like he showed a bit more consistency than Luis Diaz did last season. But I don't know what it is. Like, the things that he was doing well last season, he's struggling to do it now. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are calling that. I've seen some are saying that he's a one-trick pony, which I think is harsh. But then the game that happened yesterday, Man United, it doesn't do well to serve. I think he's a much better player than what he showed against United. But yesterday, he just kind of didn't look clinical, and he looked wasteful. And I think that was embodied with the late chance that we'll speak about in a moment. But the one that he did score, you know, he popped up in the right place at the right time, but to me, very nearly missed that. Honestly, in the split second, I thought that was going wide, and I couldn't believe it was in.
But then, at that moment, the game switches again. I thought the game was quite open, to be honest. In terms of, I felt like any team could have scored it at any given point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
At this, in the last 20-30 minutes, especially after you scored your goal, the last 10 minutes, it was end to end.
For sure.
And United find themselves off of a set piece situation. The ball comes back out to Bruno. Wow, lovely first time ball into the box from Bruno, by the way.
Yeah.
Straight first time on the bounce.
Wonderful.
Lovely ball, weighted perfectly.
I don't even think the ball bounced, actually.
No, it didn't bounce. The ball didn't bounce. It was floating towards him. I don't know how to describe that, to be fair. In midair, should we say?
Yeah.
So in midair, he just softly cushions it, but then pushes it forward so that it just loops over all the defenders right onto Maguire's head. Brilliant ball. And Bruno Fernandes showcasing what he can do in those moments, a bit more advanced in the pitch, which I feel like he needs to be in general. It was a great header from Maguire to seal the game and get the 3 points.
It was a mismatch, honestly. I mean, if there really is one player in that United team that they would have wanted the chance to 40, it would have been Maguire. And I think Konate is very good with aerial doors there, but I did notice he was already in a position of tracking back, not expecting that ball.
Yeah, exactly.
He had no chance of jumping with
on
Maguire
his heels. Yeah.
And simply, Maguire, very powerful, very good leap, heads it down to a far corner. Mamardashvili didn't have much of a chance.
No.
Honestly, it would have taken an unbelievable save to even get near it.
Yeah, no. So it is one of those ones there. Liverpool, 4 losses in a row in all competitions, 3 in the Prem.
Yep. I think it's the first time in Arne Slot's managerial career that he's even lost 4 games in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed extremely frustrated at the end of the game, and which is, you know, definitely what's it called, understandable. And right now he's facing a lot of questions in terms of what he needs to do going forward. I'm hearing a lot of people saying that Mo Salah needs to be dropped. He was anonymous in this game.
Yes.
Again.
It's a lot of bad records for Liverpool. This is another one where for Mo Salah, he's never had 7 games in a row of not finding the back of the net in his Liverpool career. So right now, this is the worst form of his Liverpool career.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Arne Slot, even though Klopp had criticisms of this as well, where regardless of Salah's form, he just has to start. But Slot has not shown the willingness to bench him yet, unfortunately. And I'm looking at it right now. You know, he's benching Wirtz. You know, in the last couple of games that I've seen Wirtz come on, Liverpool play a bit better when he does. Ekitike, when he comes on, Liverpool play better. For me, my big issue with Arne Slot is not so much the tactical side, because I think, like I said, on another day, the chances Liverpool get, especially through Gakpo, one of those misses is a goal at least. So I don't think he's coaching losses, but the last 3 Premier League games have been... Actually, no, all 4 losses have been by a goal. Last 3 in the Premier League have been exactly 2-1, and it's been almost the same. Liverpool concede, get an equaliser back in the second half, get some momentum, and then it's just chucked.
Yeah, it seems like that the pattern is starting to show.
Yeah.
But as you said, your new signings, the ones who do come on, do have an impact. Ekitike especially, I think he's a quality player when he come on.
I think even Frimpong has been a bit here and there, but when he came off for Salah,
yeah. But that's the thing. I said this as well quite early on. I don't think Frimpong's a right back. I think he's a winger.
Yep, I can see it.
He is definitely look like that bit of move that he did on the side to get past the player and get a cross in. I've not seen Salah do that in months in terms of like beating a player and be able to get a ball in straight away. So. Listen, things are going to have to change if Liverpool want to pick up some points coming up, and it's becoming a bit bleak, I think, in terms of the title race. I don't know how many games the team can lose and still be considered in for it. But
being honest, this is reminding me a lot of Man City's form this time a year ago.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm watching Man City playing red from this time a year ago, actually. I think some of the worst is... I think, like I said, the scoreline's been quite tight, but performances, I'm looking at thinking Liverpool don't look likely to win a game soon, and if Arsenal can keep holding on and grinding out results regardless of blitzing teams or whatever, right now Arsenal I can see
100% they're looking extremely strong. But before we get into Arsenal, we're going to go into our next game, which was the early kickoff on the Saturday. Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Now, before we get into this game, if you asked me before the game, I would have said we have to win this game. Firstly, because of the everything around Forest and Postecoglou, and the fact that everyone's been beating them. So if we were to show up there and not get 3 points, I would have been extremely frustrated. The lineup, when I saw it, I wasn't impressed at all. It was one that Malo Gusto was in the midfield again. And he's been poor playing in the midfield, like not even inverting, actually playing as the right centre midfield, which was extremely strange. But hey ho, Maresca and his strange tactics, he loves this stuff. But yeah, the lineup wasn't the best in my opinion. Estevao again didn't start, which questions have to be asked in that regard. Like the kid's been unbelievable when he comes on, but I get it. Managing expectation, not wanting to throw him in too soon and give him too much to do. But yeah, we started off the game terribly.
Yep.
Terribly. So many, and we gifted them, I think, 4 clear chances.
Throughout the game or first half?
First 20 minutes. I think we gifted them like 4 chances where it was just like, what are we doing here? What is going on? And then half-time came, and I'll give Maresca his credit here, because when we went into half-time 0-0, I was even begging for it to be 0-0 when we got in at half-time, because I was like, damn, they're going to score. And the fact that they didn't score that first half was absolutely bonkers. But yeah, we go in at half-time 0-0, and he makes 3 substitutions. I think he takes off Lavia, brings on Caicedo. He took off Garnacho and brought on Gittins, and he took off somebody and brought on Mark Guéhi. Who did he take off in that position to bring on Guéhi? I forgot who it is. Santos. He took off Andre Santos and brought on Mark Guéhi. So, and I was much happier with that, because we need João Pedro's a great player. João Pedro's not a striker, not a number 9 in terms of being able to lead the line and do striker things.
I see that.
Guéhi came on straight away, occupying the 2 defenders, getting the physical battles, stretching the defence. He was brilliant. I really like Mark Guéhi. We get a set piece situation. Neto gets the ball down the left hand side, whips the ball in, and Josh Achapong is there to get his first Chelsea goal. Perfect. He was brilliant this game. Perfect. He was unbelievable this game. He's so good. 19 years of age. He looks like he's playing with wisdom far beyond his years, Josh Achapong, and he is so impressive in every action. Defensively, he gets to things you think, well, how did you get to that? You know, when you just wrap your leg around somebody and just win the ball. Driving out from the back, his passing, and now to top it off with a goal. I thought he was fantastic in this game. He's
another one of your academy graduates who Chelsea at a time had to really fight to convince him to stay.
Yes.
I think last season.
Yeah, we did have to fight to convince him to stay. We locked him in a room. We told him he can't play any games. He wasn't allowed to come and train with the senior squad because we want him to sign that contract that bad. And I'm happy that he did, because he is, wow, he's a special talent.
That's good, real good.
Pedro Neto gets a goal off a free kick. Great little bit of ingenuity there. Reece James laid it off to kind of create the angle, and then Neto hits it hard and low. Sells should do better, in my opinion, but Neto hit it with some power. Neto had a good game. I want to say it was a great game, but he had a good game because he was up against Zinchenko. So obviously he's going to have a good game. You know what I mean? Zinchenko is probably one of the worst defensive fullbacks I've ever seen in my life, let alone in the Premier League right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was definitely
so bad. Exactly, he was there for the taking. So I was even thinking, like, what? Neto looks so good today. Then I realised he's up against Zinchenko. Of course he looks good. But he had a good game. I was happy with Pedro Neto. And then the third from the captain, Reece James. Ball drops to him in the box. And great finish. He had a fantastic game, Reece James. As he always does. He is exceptional. And I feel like because of his injury history, people are used to hearing how good Reece James is, but not hearing it on a recurring basis, on a regular basis.
There was a time, though.
There was a time,
I didn't feel that long ago either. Like,
but it was 2 years ago now. Almost 3 years ago now. So he's been away for a while, and now that's him completing his fourth 90 minutes in a row, which is fantastic. You wouldn't have heard of this time last year.
It's what he was asking for, you know.
Exactly. And I was saying it because I could see it. I could see that he was fit, and that's why I was asking for him to play more, because I could see he's fit. But I understand that. I respect Maresca for his stance on it, because Reece James is that important for us that I feel like not overplaying him last season and the beginning of this season is going to be very important to be able to keep him fit, because you need a player like that fit for the whole season if you're going to do anything even half important, if you know what I mean, for challenging for things. Reece James is the ability to dictate play from right back. It's incredible. The passes that he makes, the balls he pushes to the box, the shots that he can take, defensively how good he is in every position on the back line. He's played centre back, he's played left back, he's played right back. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think he's one of the best in the world at the minute, which is hard to say. Obviously he's not done it on a consistent basis for a long period of time, but I know what he's capable of, and if you extrapolate it, it's very scary. So I hope he can stay fit for this season, and by the end of the season I think a lot of people will be speaking about Reece James as the best right back in the Premier League, for sure. Even though Timber is been performing extremely well, 100%.
I could argue better. I think the best of the Premier League right backs.
Yeah, at the minute for sure, in terms of what's it called, consistency over a period of time. But Reece James has that X factor, and I don't think Timber has that in terms of being able to score worldy, being able to create something from nothing. But yeah, we're not here to talk about Reece James and Timber. Maybe another video someday we can get into that sort of stuff. But yeah, I was very happy with the win. Another red card,
as is
another red card. Just when you think things are going well, just when you think we could end the game without any sort of controversy.
I was expecting it. Were you not expecting it?
I knew Gusto was going to get sent off. I was screaming at my TV for him to get substituted because I could tell he would get red, and I'm so annoyed that Enzo Maresca was making all those other changes before taking off Gusto, because firstly, he didn't have a particularly great game.
Right.
Played out of position, fair enough, kept losing the ball, wasn't making any sort of attacking inroads. He was poor. But on top of that, he was on a yellow card in a position where, you know, you're up and down a lot in the midfield. It's easy for you to get a second one. And he went flying in, gets the second yellow, and yeah, now he's suspended for the next game, which is 5 games in a row Chelsea have had a player or a manager sent off. Where has this come from? Why have we started doing this all of a sudden? We play in blue, not red, guys. Come on. Yeah?
It's really strange times, honestly. I can't think of the last time I saw anything quite like this.
It's mental, isn't it? And I'm like, we didn't need to. 3-0 up. Comfortable. 80 minutes on the clock. You don't have to get sent off, man. No. But hey ho, Reece James, with a massive haul as well on FPL. If anybody had him,
so annoying. He got that assist for that free kick as well. Like,
can I tell you something? You know that I had Reece James in my team the whole season, right?
Exactly.
I wildcarded this week.
No way.
Yeah, he wasn't in my team. Yeah, but anyways, we'll get into that in FPL Corner, guys. That's a juicy bit of.
Oh goodness me!
Yeah, I know. I feel today. I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker. You know what I mean, bro? I just feel pain. But yeah, moving into our next game.
Oof.
Manchester City 2, Everton 0. Erling Haaland with a brace. Very clinical. However, I think he could have had like 4 or 5 this game.
Yeah.
To be fair, but you kind of get this with Haaland, innit? He's a big chance magnet. He's a BCM. Do you know what I mean?
And another thing, actually, I was keen to actually talk about this because during our break, there was a quote from someone. I hope it's true. I'm pretty sure it was from Luis Fabiano. I think he was talking on a different podcast, and he was talking about how if he had the chances that Haaland has, that he would score even more goals than him. Now,
shut the fuck up.
For those of you that don't remember, Luis Fabiano was Brazil's starting striker in 2010 World Cup of that era. Played very well for Sevilla. In that, that little era there, early 2010s, late 2000s, but he was not of the ilk of Haaland. And I didn't like his take the most was because with Erling Haaland, why I don't think most of us, if any other strikers, could really say that about him is the chances he gets are so unique because of his athleticism and his acrobatic style of finishing.
Yes.
A lot of chances he gets are not chances
that other people will get. Yeah,
at all.
They're not chances.
No,
they're places like the ball would be somewhere just away from his head. You're thinking there's no way he can get his head on that. He will lift his leg up on some weird madness and just find the craziest finish and just put the ball in. The guy's unbelievable, and for City, the way they play, I'm starting to become a bit concerned. Not concerned. I mean, if I was Pep, I would be a bit concerned that it's so Haaland centric and that he gets every one of your goals, because I think they've only had, I think the next top scorer is on 1. He's on 11 so far in the Premier League. I think 11 or 12.
It checks out though, really.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, do you want to be in a position where if he's injured now, you don't have anybody else you can rely on for goals? It's a tough one because,
It's true, yeah. And they don't have the backup centre forward outside. I know Mamish plays there, can play there, but to me he's not true. He's not true 9.
No, so, especially for the way City have been playing recently, with a little less of a focus on possession and a bit more of a focus on transition and getting the ball from back to front quickly. I feel like with that, Marmoush might be good. I think he's better off coming off the left on the inside position in this sort of team. But Doku's been really good recently
for sure.
Everton in this game, they weren't bad. I don't think it was like 2-0 City makes it seem like it was quite a, you know what I mean, cut and clean, cut and dry sort of game where it was just what it was. It was in some regards, but Iliman Ndiaye, man, he's a player.
Wow,
he's such a player, and he could have had a goal in this game.
Skilliman Ndiaye, from what I'm hearing,
he's such a good player, and
so
he got
silky
defensive contributions in this game as well. The guy is unbelievable. he's a right winger, and he's so silky. I think he's so quality. Yes. I can't wait to have him back in my FPL team. But we'll get into that in a bit. But I think that's it for Man City Everton, unless you've got anything else to add.
Just that Everton, I think, held their own for the most part. Keep in mind Jack Grealish was ineligible to play as well. But I did want to say, I thought it was really funny when the camera panned him and he was in the stands. I was thinking, I would never have tipped any other player to be there for an away game against their parent team, but just Jack Grealish, there's just something about him that you can tell you wouldn't have missed being able to watch.
Definitely, man. What a player though. And going into our next game now, probably the most boring game of the weekend. Arsenal 1, Fulham 0, or maybe the most boring game I watched. Arsenal, man, as soon as they got that goal, I knew it was done. 58 minutes, Trossard scores, and I was like, it's over.
I think Arsenal fans can't really complain, because this is a fixture that you look at last season, they dropped points in this one, and obviously to get the wins, definitely a show of improvement. But I think with Arsenal, what just has to be said is, I know a lot of people don't love their football. I'm sure some Arsenal fans don't love their football, probably think they can play better, but Arteta, for what, all intents and purposes, after that first title race, the way he's tightened up Arsenal's defence has been quite a sight to behold.
It's been definitely incredible, and you have to admire it, because they don't look like conceding at any point. I think this is their fourth game where they've conceded under 0.5 xg in a game. They're not even conceding chances. David Raya barely has to make a save. Do you know what I mean? I think he's made like 4 saves over the last 10 games that Arsenal have played. It's insane. It's incredible. Nice. It's unbelievable. Literally the best defensive team in the world, in my opinion, by far. Especially given the fact that they can chop and change half of their defense and still be as strong as they are. Like Saliba was missing, Mascara came in, they didn't miss a beat. Timber might not play a game. Ben White will come in, won't miss a beat. Calafiori with Luis Kelly on the other side, same thing.
Or Piero Hincapié can play.
Exactly. So it's
stacked.
It's very, very impressive. And what did you think of the? I think was there a VAR incident in this game? Was it?
Oh, for a penalty that Arsenal could have got, and the referee decided not to give it.
Yeah, was it? I can't really remember much about it.
But I did remember thinking Arsenal again, just probably, I wouldn't say like 100% penalty. I would have said 60-40, 65-35. I'd have given that penalty to Arsenal, and I do feel for Arsenal fans where this is actually becoming quite consistent for them. You know, I'm not really with the fans saying that the games are ref differently. I hate hearing all that stuff.
It is becoming consistent, but at the same time,
I'm seeing it quite. It's happening.
It isn't. I don't think it was that cut and it wasn't like 100% clear cut. But at the same time,
I would have given it.
1-0, fairs. 1-0 Arsenal on their top, and it's looking very cozy for them going into a good run of fixtures now. But going into the other side of North London, Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2. I was so happy when I saw that second goal go in for Villa later on, and what a goal it was as well.
Cracking goal.
Opening the scoring for who scored first? Was it
Rodrigo Bentancur?
That was it. Good move. Very good move. The ball came across, and then I think was it Palhinha laid it back, and nice tidy finish from Rodrigo Bentancur. And at that moment, with Spurs the way they've played this season under Frank, you're kind of thinking, okay, they're going to kick on from here. Is they're going to look like a decent win for Spurs? Morgan Rogers had a completely different idea in mind. What a strike!
Honestly, finally getting involved in the Premier League, and you know, I mean, you said that the strike was one thing, but how about that celebration hitting the Thierry Henry one right in front of Spurs fans? Like, the game is back.
It is.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
To be fair, it was beautiful.
I love that.
Wonderful strike. The way the ball dipped so ferociously. You know when you smash a ball, that's just how it moves. It's just like
so satisfying.
So satisfying to watch. And then wow, this last goal, by the way, Matty Cash with one of the passes of the weekend, 100%. The ball drops from the air. He hits this pass on the volley out to who was standing on the right. I think it was Buendia or Marlon. I can't remember, but he just beautiful scissor sort of pass floats out, and then he plays it inside to thing, and then Buendia gets it back. And Buendia with an absolute finish. He had so much time on the edge of the box. So much time to just pick his spot, put it in. And Aston Villa come away with 3 points. Home form for Spurs is not looking good at all.
It's not. And that's actually that was actually something I wanted to bring up when you mentioned under Frank. You know that thing about under him they would kick on. I didn't really see it happening.
I mean, in general, like this season, I wasn't taking into account the fact that they were at home.
But for me, I get that point. But for me, I felt that their home form has been that bad where the Bournemouth game was a 1-0 loss, but that could have been more than 1-0. And to me, that's what I felt like I saw more of. And even the Wolves game, you know, playing against arguably the worst out of form team in the league. You know, Wolves didn't play great, but Spurs didn't play so good that they deserved the win or anything like that. You know, right now their home form just doesn't seem to be kicking on, and I don't think that's been an issue under Thomas Frank. It's more that's been the case for Spurs throughout 2025. Just not playing well at home. So I feel like for me, when they scored early, I actually thought, for once Tottenham really are going to get into gear here, but they just forgot how to play football after they scored. I don't understand. Well, Xavi Simons, I don't think was really at it as well.
He's listen, and I said it when he came. I don't think he was going to be a great player. I said I think Garnacho will end up being a better signing for Chelsea than Simons is. But they're both sticking it out.
Yeah,
to be
not
fair,
moving anybody.
But yeah, Spurs, man. I can't lie. I'm happy with it because they were like not winning every game, but they weren't bad over the last to start the season.
Yeah,
and I need them to just keep losing, to be honest, because it's going to be a struggle to try and get into this top four this season. I feel like
for sure. But shout out Villa though, finally getting some form on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel like it was definitely deserved. Emi Martinez back in goal this game as well. I thought he was alright. And yeah, man, I think that was it for us for the Big Six. So we're about to get into the other fixtures. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Black with the brace.
Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
I couldn't sing this guy's praises enough. I've been in conversation with people where I've got slandered for praising Welbeck because he doesn't have a great.
He's so techie.
He doesn't have a great career return in terms of scoring goals. So people say, how many years has he played and he doesn't have this many?
Impact he has on teams is ridiculous.
Honestly, I think the way he's so useful for Brighton. Like I couldn't give him more credit, honestly. And there is something about him where he can get your. He's just I don't know ways. He's not just one of those players who will just get a random goal here and there. Like he will actually get goals that win you games for some reason.
No, he's definitely
he did it again.
Definitely a streaky scorer as well, where he'll go through periods where he will be 5-6 games where he'll just score in a row. Do you know what I mean? He's got that ability. Like in this game, the first goal. Sorry, was it first goal? The deft little chip over the keeper.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that just shows the technique in him and the ability he has in the second goal. Very composed. But yeah, Newcastle very inconsistent. I thought when they equalised, actually, I thought that they would go on and win. But it looked like the opposite. The effect that it had when they scored their goal, it looked like they were ready to kind of leave with a point. Which isn't what you want to see. But a great finish from Nick Voltemada.
Yep, looking like a very good signing. And honestly, with Voltemada, I was always confident. I don't know what is it, just from watching the footages of his play last season, I wasn't too fussed about goal return. Like I could see, wow, this guy has a very unique archetype of a player, and I'm not surprised he's scoring this often for Newcastle. I think there's more to come. I don't 100%. See this as a purple patch. He's going to score quite a bunch of goals this season
for sure. Yeah, he missed another chance in this game as well. That's the thing. When you know a player is going to be a good striker for a team is when they're getting a lot of chances. And,
indeed.
You know what I mean? Putting some away but missing some as well. For example, you look at a Gyökeres at Arsenal, someone who's not getting a lot of chances at all. So
could easily say same for his countryman Isaac
at Liverpool. Yeah. So that's the thing. I feel like with strikers, they're only as good as the amount of chances they can get. The more chances they get, the better they'll be for sure. Unless they keep missing them, like Nicholas Jackson was. But yeah, I don't know why I threw some.
There's something deep in you, man.
That's my guy, man. I miss him. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Burnley 2, Leeds 0. The two promoted teams here. Burnley at home. You know what? Yeah, Burnley at home against the promoted side. I don't know why I don't back them. I backed them against Sunderland. I was like, cool, they can do it then. For some reason, this game I left the Bravco on my bench. FPL. I should have just played him. So stupid.
Same, exact same as me.
So dumb. I didn't even think about it. Like they're so good defensively at home, but Leeds created so much in this game. Dubravka with like 6 saves. Like it's unbelievable. And they hit the woodwork a couple times. Very unlucky not to score. I think on another day, Leeds definitely come away with a couple of goals.
Yes, for sure. But I do think largely couldn't fault Burnley. I think Scott Parker is now really showing some maturity in his managerial style.
Yep.
You know, in the Premier League, and I think he deserves a little bit of a shout out because I don't know how long Burnley are going to hold this up until Parker becomes like a footnote amongst Premier League managers. Don't disrespect him. Yeah. But you know, I'm thinking about last time he was in the Premier League, that 9-0 loss to Liverpool. Yeah. The way he spoke in the post-match thing. Right now, I feel like he learned a lot this past season coaching Burnley in the Championship, and you know what? I think he's got them set up in a way where Burnley don't look like a team with a total lack of confidence the way that they used to be a couple of years ago.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're looking very solid, to be honest, and And yeah, Leeds are still in trouble, man. It's looking like they're starting to get a bit dark for them. They're dropping in the league table, even though they've really impressed me with the way that they play and the amount of chance they create.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. I feel like you need to win these games against the teams that you came up with. Unless there's 3 other teams that are worse in the league. Do you know what I mean? These kind of games against the promoted teams, the promoted rivalries, the promoted derbies is what I call them. Yeah, I feel like you need to win. But good win for Burnley. Leslie Okuchukwu on the goal score sheet again.
Yes, he's been cooking
with a good
for them a
header.
little bit.
Fantastic cross from Kyle Walker for that goal. Brilliant cross from Kyle Walker. I was actually quite shocked. I was like, what the hell? When did he have that in his locker? Whipped one in. But yeah, good header from Okuchukwu there. And yeah, good win for Burnley. But yeah, going on to the game of the weekend for me, Crystal Palace 3, Bournemouth 3.
Yep.
What a game!
This should have been the first game or match of the day. I know the stuff with the headlines with Ange, was the big talking point there. But this game was incredible. Money. I wish I watched it live. I didn't get to.
Yeah. I'm lucky enough to watch it live, and the goals just didn't stop. Bournemouth go 2 up in the first half, and you're thinking this might be bleak for Palace at this point.
Exactly.
But then Palace respond almost immediately with 2 goals, 2 very identical goals. Put the ball out to Munoz whips it across the face of the goal, and Mateta's there both times to tap it in.
The first one like a flash, defense didn't have a chance to stop him. Yeah, boom, right,
beautiful.
And Mateta, funny one, he's been he's been doing the rounds on social media for the non-footballing, indirectly non-footballing related reasons. But it was nice to see him first game back, silence people talking about you. Brilliant finish from him. Yeah. And then the second one. Yeah. In general, honestly, I feel like the goals in this game was so good. I just didn't know who was gonna win it.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly. But they're two very similar teams in terms of I love to watch both teams. They're very entertaining to watch both of these teams. Palace of late, I think, have sort of slowly started to transition into much more of an attack first team, where previously you'd think they were a bit more of a defensive first team. This game they conceded so many chances, and in their previous games as well, to be fair, but they've been creating an absurd amount. Jean-Philippe Mateta with this game himself accumulated 3.5 expected goals, which is the first time ever a striker scored a hat-trick and underscored their XG. So first time in history that strikers underscored their XG with a hat-trick.
I actually heard that he got more XG than any team except for one has managed in a match at all this season.
It was crazy to be fair. But he is another BCM. He's a big chance magnet. The ball just drops to him in places, and he's just got that knack to be there. He's not been finishing them, but if he can start finishing them, we know what Mateta can do in the Premier League. Last season, how many goals he scored? Season before, how many goals he scored? I think it's both seasons he's been double digits at least. So
pretty much as soon as Glasner's been there, Glasner's changed his career 100%, for the better.
And he's been fantastic, and I love watching him aesthetically. Big man up top, shirt tucked in, bold head,
top celebration,
fantastic celebration. He used to have the moustache, which I loved, but that's gone now. Bournemouth did really well in this game as well. Semenyo with another assist. He looked really lively down the left hand side.
That's it for sure.
Bournemouth's just a quality team. I feel like this game had to be a draw because both teams were just so good, and I think both teams would take a point there.
Honestly, I think both teams probably amongst most neutral fans' favourites to watch.
Munoz with 2 assists, probably the most advanced attacking defender that we've seen in a long time. He's like a right winger. You see the position that he was putting the balls from is what I said previously, why I always have him in my fantasy team. It's because he's got that unbelievable quality there. And then our last game of the weekend, because there is a game that will surely be getting kicked off, Brentford against West Ham. But before that, Sunderland 2, Wolves 0. Sunderland again with a victory, and they're now starting to comfortably consolidate themselves at mid-table, I feel like, for now. Another great performance from Sunderland. They didn't create an absurd amount of chances. They weren't absolute dominant at all, far from it. They just looked like a good unit. Do you know what I mean? They looked like a good, solid unit. and the players look like they're fighting for each other. Mukiele with a very strange goal for the opening. Beautiful little 1-2, and then it just sneaks under the goalkeeper. And then Wolves had a whole host of chances, insane amount of chances. They kept creating chances, one-on-ones, and they just couldn't get past Matt Roofs. I think that's his name, Roofs, the goalkeeper. Yes. He made a couple of good saves. He's been fantastic this season. He's been so good this season. But yeah, he made a couple of good saves. But apart from that, man, Sunderland just, and at home, I think still unbeaten at home, innit?
Oh yes,
at home, very strong home form. Anyways, they've started the season so well, and I feel like they can only kick on from here, man. They've got such a young team, such a likeable team, and they're playing old school football in the Premier League. And when they're not doing none of this, try to play out from the back, and do you know what I mean? Getting caught, and when Burnley came up a couple of seasons ago with Vincent Kompany, what they were trying to do, and all this stuff. No, these guys get the ball up, high, wide, whip it into the box, long throw-ins, corners. It's just get the ball into the box. That's how they attack, and I love it. I think it's so refreshing to see. But yeah, I feel like that's it for the weekend action, unless you have anything else you wanted to add.
Nothing in particular. Honestly, if I can somehow erase the pain of this defeat from my team, I do have to say, before we move on, because I don't feel like we addressed it too much. You know, there was probably the big talking point. Was the Ange Postecoglou being sacked. Yeah,
that was in the. I was gonna have a new segment that we was gonna do called
Whoopsie Daisy,
the Football Frantic, where we go through the. No worries, bro. Where we go through the world news of the weekend. So that would be what we was gonna speak about. Ange's sacking after 39 days at Forest, picking up a huge £7 million payout. Seems like that's the best thing. He's the best at getting payouts right now. To be fair, that's the second one he's received this year.
Honestly, Ange has been sacked twice before Amorim has been sacked once.
Yeah, that's mental.
What a world we live in, man.
Yeah, man. Because it's crazy.
I gotta say this about Ange, and it's so annoying because I still respect definitely the man and as a manager, but I feel like anytime we speak about him on the pod, I'm just saying negative stuff about him, but he doesn't prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So I've been unfortunate to say, I've just been proven right from the beginning there. I didn't understand the appointment outside of maybe Nottingham Forest having lofty Europa League ambitions, but the way that they're playing, I just thought to have had the type of summer transfer window they had, I thought they had a decent window, much more than a decent window. I thought it was a good window. They definitely invested. Really good window, I thought they were really ambitious. Obviously, the big thing was keeping Morgan Gibbs-White, but I've been thinking every week, imagine being Morgan Gibbs-White, choosing to stay with the way that this club is being managed from the top. I just don't understand what the vision is. And if I'm being honest, sacking Ange Postecoglou, I wouldn't have liked to have seen him sacked that quickly, but to me it's more like, how much fire do you allow, how much of your home do you allow to get engulfed in the flames before you get the hose out? Exactly. Might as well.
And this it seems like a very, I don't know how to explain it, but very not well thought out sacking, because firstly you sacked what we'd call defensive minded coach in Espirito Santo for the reasons that you wanted to play attacking football. That's what we were hearing. Marinakis wants to see attacking football at the City Ground, and so he hires Postecoglou. Fair enough. Postecoglou comes in. You don't even give him time to be able to embed his attacking style. He's there for 3-4 weeks. 4 weeks. We say it's 39 days. He was there for 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Not his squad.
Yep.
International break in between.
Exactly. And the first game back against Chelsea at home, against Chelsea. It's not like you're playing against one of the promoted sides or a team that's really bad form or whatever it is. It's against a very, very, very strong Chelsea side. Then you lose that game, and before the game's even done, he was out of the stadium getting the paperwork ready to sack Ange.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. And I was shocked, to be honest. I wasn't shocked because I had a feeling he was going to get sacked, but I was just like, I didn't think that he would have the conviction to go ahead and do it so quickly. But fair enough. And they have just appointed Sean Dyche now, which it's the opposite of what you wanted. It is the defensive manager that Nuno was. So, Mr. Marinakis, this one's for you. You get Howler of the Week, mate. You get the biggest Howler of the Week. Terrible situation to put your club in. Mismanagement isn't the word. I don't know what the word is.
It shows that ego was the reason why Nuno was sacked.
Yeah.
And that was another one I could see coming from the get-go. He's clearly was not a fan of Nuno talking back in press conferences.
Exactly. And that's, again, Mr. Marinakis. These are the words of not us here, but the words of the Shin Pad. You know, this is not me and him saying this.
Not an official comunicado.
Exactly. So it's coming from the higher ups behind us. So if you have any issues with us, please talk to the higher ups. They're the guys that you want to kill, not us. Allegedly, if you do that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that you do that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to make sure that we're not caught up in between the crossfire here. But yeah, Mr. Marinakis, you are. Yeah, you're having an absolute stinker, absolute mare, and you need to sort it out and get your shit together, mate.
Does Sean Dyche help this team get better?
I think they stay up. I don't know about improving.
It's already gotten to that.
I think it's got to that point where they just need to focus on staying up. Yeah. Honestly, it's so bad there. And you know when you have this sort of environment where now even the players know that it's upstairs, it's going to be very hard for them to get on from here. But anyways, that was our Football Frantic section, and we'll be moving into the FPL Corner, where I am extremely happy to speak about this week because I wildcarded. I spammed the wildcard button so flipping hard. I said it last time I was here. Yeah. I can't wait to press it. I slapped it, and my team is going to be on screen in 3, 2, 1. Bin. Yeah, there's my team. A grand total of 81 points this week.
Very good.
10 points to come off the bench still because Enzo didn't start. I wildcarded. I brought in double Arsenal defence and Gabriel and Timber. Nick Pope in goal, which hurts because I should have played Dubravka. I've got Chalobah who got a clean sheet, but that should have been Reece James because I've had Reece James in every week prior to that. See, Reece James is there. Gameweek 7, Gameweek 6, Reece James is there, and then Gameweek 8 is Chalobah. I really wanted Reece, but
what was the thinking?
My thinking was Chalobah plays every game. Reece with Maresca, I'm not sure if he's gonna play every game. That's why I was annoyed at the beginning of the season. He kept getting benched in the early games, and I was like, why are you benching him? But it's for his fitness and wherever I get it. But I had a feeling he was fit, and he's showing now that he is fit with his performances, his consistent performance.
Played for England as well. If I'm trying to remember if he played both games. I can't remember if he played versus Latvia, but I know he did play.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. He went international. Not this one. The break.
Oh no! Of course, yeah. He got called back out at the beginning. Yes, of course. It's true.
This one he didn't go because he had a gash on his leg. He had a massive cut from the Liverpool game actually. So he couldn't go. Which was so, man, I don't know how to explain it, man. You know when you've had somebody in your team and you just know they've got that ability to haul big. I just knew Reece James was going to be there at some point in the season. I gave up too early.
Oof,
and he by the way, guys, we're speaking like this because Reece James has gone on to get a massive 18 pointer and Chalobah's here with 6, which is, again, he's got a clean sheet, but it's not an 18 pointer. Yeah, man, Reece is fantastic, and I can't wait to find a way to bring him back in. Is what it is, anyways. I brought in Eze. I've got Sarr and Semenyo. I started those two because I had a feeling it would be a goal fest. Palace against Bournemouth, which I was right about. But Munoz, luckily, guys, always make sure you order your bench, because I made sure to put Munoz first bench just in case Enzo didn't play because he was yellow flagged, and it's paid dividends because Munoz is coming on with a 10-pointer, 2 assists and DEFCON in the game, so that's brilliant. Semenyo with the assist, he could have come away with more. Sarr really should have scored in a couple of occasions in that game, I feel like, but he's one of those players, he's just always in the position to score. And my forward line, again, these are the only 2 players where I'm kind of a bit shaky about in my squad, were Reinders and João Pedro. I wasn't sure about having João Pedro, to be fair, because Yeah, I see him more as a 10 than a striker. I don't think he's going to score 15, 20 goals for Chelsea this season. He probably gets something like 11, 12, in my opinion. So that's where I'm just like, now I'm kind of ready to move on from him. But I'm going to give him next week against Sunderland, because my boy, who I am going to bring in, Jean-Philippe Mateta, he's got Arsenal next week, which is a very tough fixture.
I mean, it is a tough fixture.
He can score. I'm not saying that he won't score, but I'd rather. Okay, basically what I'm saying is I'm not going to sell João Pedro, who's got Sunderland, for Mateta, who has Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? I'll wait 1 week for that, because that is objectively, Sunderland at home is an easier fixture than Arsenal away.
Yes. But that train of thought is actually why I kept Pedro in for quite a bit of time as well. But
the fixtures are good. The fixtures just are good, innit? So, and I feel like you need a larger sample size. It is quite still early still. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Gameweek 8 is a large enough of a sample size now.
Fair.
But until you got to this point, it wouldn't have been fair for you to kind of, do you know what I mean? To know in any way that he was going to carry on blanking. I would have been, bro, I'm shocked he didn't score against Forest, to be honest. Like, the amount of chances we're creating is just because he's not getting into those final positions. And if he's not going to be doing that, I don't think he's worth 7.5 million in the fantasy team.
I hear you.
But yeah, captained Haaland, and my boy Voltemada got me a goal as well, man, which was brilliant. Very happy with the wild card. I needed to do it, and it paid dividends. Extremely good week. I can't really complain. Only thing that would have made it sweeter is if I had Reece James instead of John Wall.
Yeah, man.
You know how much I've been bigging him up in the FPL thing as well. You was
That's
like live. Everyone questioned me. Everyone questioned, why have you got Reece James in your team, bro? He's injured all the time. Why? I knew it. I just knew it, but I couldn't explain myself, and I just looked like a madman. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But there we go. I've been vindicated now, but I've not been able to receive any of the benefits of it. Do you know what I mean? So, is what it is. Very happy with it anyways. Will, talk us through your team for this week, man. How was it?
I'm chomping at the bit. So, my wild card from the previous week, I think I still set my team up pretty well. But what's been annoying is guys that I transferred out are cooking. So,
oh my God.
You know, honestly, like, we've got
a glaring thing to speak about with your team.
I know, I don't want to talk about it yet, man. I just kind of want to ease my way, but it's annoying because it's my own fault. I don't think I changed. I'm looking at my team. I actually don't think I changed it from after the international break. So I've had basically, yeah, you guys will see on my screen, Mukiele, my first bench option. I thought someone may not play. He'll be useful to have him there. I did not realize just how useful he was going to plan on being.
Yeah, man.
A monster 17-point haul.
Yeah, man.
As my first bench option. And then you can obviously see next to him Dubravka, 9 points. And this is the thing that really annoys me. I don't know what I was... And this is why I think I either just didn't change my team or forgot to.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wouldn't have started Dubravka
over Pickford for sure.
You know, because
100%.
Pickford against City. I'm just not sure what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then Mo Salah, oh my word, what's he even dropped to now? He's only 14.4. Somehow he's rank 1. No, he's rank 1 in terms of price, of course. But then you look at his form. 87 out of 331. When has he ever been that low?
Yeah, that's bad.
For form. It's terrible. And you know, you can see he's blanked so well. In particular, you know, the last 3 where we've been losing. But before that, he'd been getting decent points. So it's literally just as soon as Liverpool been losing, I should have been taking him out. And I'm looking at it now, 14.4 million, and it's not looking like it's going to get any better. Liverpool still got tough games to come. I can't afford to keep selling this team, and I am considering for the first time in a long time to take a hit. I've not taken a hit in FPL for so long, but really? I might, because I acted a bit irrationally. I just thought to myself, as soon as Walter scored his goal, I was like, you know what, Gyökeres out.
Really?
So Gyökeres has been my team right from the beginning.
So he's already gone now.
He's already gone. Somehow he's not dropped in price at all. He's a 9.1 when I brought him out, so I was like, okay, Walter.
Oh, he has dropped now. He's 9. Okay, so you took him out just at the right time. Yeah.
You know, actually, I don't even think I would have lost any profit, to be fair. But regardless, I just thought Walter has to come in before he goes up. I'm kind of thinking back now. I think this was just before Mateta completed his hat-trick. I'm just like, how have I not got Mateta in my team. I've got a weird thing, thinking guys in great form aren't going to keep it up. But, and then I transfer in guys who I think are about to be in good form, but it's not served me well before.
No, to be fair, listen, I totally hear that. I'm not a patient manager. I've taken 4 hits this season. So that kind of describes the vibe that I'm on usually. But yeah, man, it's one of those ones that is so hard to predict, but I feel like I'm starting to kind of low-key get into my flow now, where I'm a bit more relaxed and I'm not as frantic. I think a couple of good scores will probably do that, and the fact that I was right about so many things, but the first couple of weeks of the season I didn't capitalize on to be able to be as high as I maybe would have been, because I started off without Salah and with Haaland, and I've not had Salah this whole season, and I was right about that in terms of now currently. So Salah's not been great, Haaland's been fantastic. Reece James, the whole part of the season, but he was what was hurting me, because I'd kept starting him and he kept being benched and being brought on 60 minutes to get 1 point. So that was just killing me, man. I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't keep living that life.
Is that looking over your shoulder? He's only gonna catch you. I don't blame you.
Reece James 1 point is coming, and then he played 3-4 in a row, and he's gotten so many attacking returns now. I think in the last 4 games there's 3 assists and a goal in the last 4 games for Reece James, and he's managed to get DEFCON on 3 of those occasions as well. Oh yeah. But to be fair, it's not the end of the world. I've still got a Chelsea defender. I'm gonna keep Chalobah for another week, and then I'm gonna probably try and go back to Reece James at some point. I'm not gonna rush any decisions because I missed the big haul, and there might be one for Chalobah coming soon. Who knows? Maybe next game week Chalobah scores and Reece doesn't, or do you know what I'm saying? So it's so hard to predict, but that's why we love it. Great week, great weekend of football. So happy to have football back, man. It's such a big difference, honestly, away on the international break, and now I don't think we have one until January, do we?
No, punishment always looms.
Yeah, man.
Run from it, dread it, but coming back all the same. We'll have another one in a few weeks.
Is there actually one in a few weeks?
Yeah, man.
You be serious? Yeah. That's terrible.
It's a never-ending loop of somebody breaking the news to you that there's an international break.
Yeah, exactly.
It can't be
another one.
It can't be, but yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Man.
But, hey, that's it, and that brings us to the end of another episode of the Shin Pad Podcast. Guys, we appreciate the love so much. I was at a party this weekend, and some people come up to me and be like, "Oh, Shin Pad. I was like, wow, this is really wholesome, very motivating." So, guys, I appreciate all of the love so far. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Yes. Please. All right. And as always, here on the Shin Pad, always wear protection, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
Take care.